your posture hurting you? There's two primary spine types aside from normal, and you likely fall in one of those two. And here's the thing about posture. Posture is a reflection of how you move, and how you move is a predictor of the muscles you train, of the way your body degenerates. So therefore, your posture can predict the type of injuries that you are prone to. It can predict the pain that you feel now. And then when you know this simple trick to get out, I'm gonna teach you a concept today that's gonna blow your mind. And this concept is it's not a technique, okay? This is a concept, and when you understand it, you're gonna know 1,000 techniques, right? So let's get into the posture types, and I want you to identify which one that you are. Now, we have tools to help you do this. We have a free posture assessment technology that we built. It's free. We paid thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, so go use it. It's like our swimming pool. People come over, I'm like, go, swim in it. We pay for this thing, go in it. Go use the free posture tool. Number two, we have full programs available for all of these that offer progressive routines to help you improve your posture and improve your movement and help you feel better and help you move better and live better. And they work every single time if you follow the rules and the steps. So let's start with the posture types. We're gonna go with the most common posture type that we see nowadays, and it's an S-shaped spine. This is my posture type. He's gonna try to demonstrate right now. Now, posture types are developed. So number one is an S-shaped curve. And what that means is this. There's an abnormally large curve in the low back, followed by an abnormally rounded upper back, and then the head that's forward. So it creates an S or a wave. Now, this posture type right here, we can call this anterior tilt, you can call it hyperlordosis, you can call it kyphosis, you can call it forward head. Let's just call it, for the sake of today, an S-shaped curve. Is this you? You're gonna have to, I don't know if it's me. Take your damn clothes off, okay. Stand sideways in front of a mirror, and look at yourself. Take a picture of yourself. That's posture type number one. Posture type number two is a flattened back position. It's where the spine loses its curve. It's gonna be more of a tuck position here. Everything tends to flatten. The middle back's flat, the low back is flat. This is actually the number one sign of an aging spine, is a flattened spine. So this flattened spine position is posture type number two. Now, we're likely not gonna talk about the other posture types too. You can have two posture types. You can be flat and laterally tilted like with scoliosis and shoulders, or you can be arched, the S-shaped, and have that as well. But for the sake of the day, you're likely one of these two. Now, let's talk about a neutral curve before we get into it. A neutral curve of the back is when your weight's mostly in your heels, that you have a plumb line. Basically, your weight is not shifted. This shift here, this is a bailout position. What you want to look for in a posture is about 10-degree angle, a 10-degree tilt of the hips, a gentle curve of the back, a gentle natural curve of the low back, and an ear that rests in the shoulder, hip, knee, and goes straight down the plumb bob. That is considered normal or neutral. And the whole goal is this. It's not like I need to get there. It's to know where neutral is, know where you are, and then just start to close the gap, baby. Just close the gap. And it's done by doing something called this. You have to strengthen and mobilize yourself in the opposite direction of the misalignment. So you're learning your misalignment. Are you the S-shaped or are you the flat back position? Let's start with S-shaped, shall we? I'm gonna give you guys now a couple symptoms that go with an S-shape, then we're gonna get some movement. So when you're an S-shaped, like me, you tend to be prone to joint issues because when you're like this, you're putting pressure on the joints of the back. SI joint pain, hip impingement. You get issues up the spine into facet joint syndrome. More likelihood of spinal stenosis. That's chronic spinal extension for decades until bone growth happens and then it hits the nerve roots. So especially in the low back through here, these symptoms right here, those are common. Now, because your body has to compensate with a big curve here, so it throws an extra curve in the back, and it often equals winging shoulder blades. And so now you get, again, joint issues. You get shoulder impingement with this, winging shoulder blades, even ribs that go out of position, pop out, pain with coughing, sneezing, breathing, just to name a few of the common symptoms just in this area. We didn't even talk about the knee, ankle, and feet, and the head and the neck or the arms. We're just talking about here. Now the flat back position. This position right here, number one, disc issues. So disc bulges, disc herniations, and sciatica due to disc herniations. That's what you see most of because when you're standing with a flat back, you're putting more pressure on the discs. You're creating more disc pressure and less joint pressure. You're trying to keep equal balance amongst the both. You got too much disc over the long course of time, the discs wear out. You go this direction, the joints wear out. It's like a car tire, man. You've got to learn to symmetricize it and find the middle zone and train to it. So let's get to a couple, I know you guys want some exercises, right? Listen, I'm gonna give you a couple exercises, but you're not gonna rep them away mindlessly while you got Metallica playing in the background. Okay, drool coming out of your mouth. You're gonna think about these things and you're gonna process these and know what muscles are active, because ultimately when you stand up, you're responsible for your posture. You need to use that exercise as a training tool so you can move better throughout the day, okay? The exercise isn't over when you get up. It's only just begun. Let's go hands and knees, Ty. Let's show them S-shaped. You might have tried these. Oh, I've done cat-cows. You shut it.
Me?
You haven't done shit right. That's why you're watching this video. So if you have this big S-shaped spine here, why are you going in more into extension?
Why?
Why? You're already there.
Why?
If you're doing a full cat-cow where you're going this way and this way, all you're doing is building strength around the problem. You, because you have that S shape, need to train more into this position. You need to hold this position because these are the muscles. When you got the S shape, and that's why Ty, you'll see, maybe Kevin, you get underneath the abs here. We're not getting the glutes on this one, but just two of the muscles, okay? Just two of the many muscles that pull your spine out of this extension are the glutes, because the glutes are tucking the pelvis under. And then the abs, what the abs do is the abs are going to flatten the back by pulling the rib cage down. So you need to strengthen and mobilize yourself into a flatter spine position. There you go, with that big exhale. So you're gonna focus, remember, these are endurance things, so you wanna hold this contract. You're not repping it. You're not like pumping like for your 32 seconds that you do on Friday night, okay? You're taking it easy. You're moving slow. This is like tantric movement. Take a breath, exhale through this one, okay? Holding that contraction, feeling the abs contract. You're feeling, you won't get too much glute here, but you're gonna get some glute. You're not doing glute and ab exercises, you're moving your body in the position that flattens the spine, and as a result of, you will then strengthen your abs and glutes as a result. It is so important. You're not just chasing the muscle, you're focusing on the alignment, and the muscles will follow suit. Let's address it into a plank, right? You did your hands and knees, and now it's the same thing. You're not planking. You guys with this thing, this is how you're gonna plank. Guys, I've hooked up sensors on abs. People plank without even using their abs. They go, this is a good ab exercise. I'm like, you ain't working your abs. You're working your hip flexors and your who knows what the hell else. So when you're doing your plank, remember, because you're extended with your back, you need to focus on tucking here and then pulling the sternum down. You need to focus on actually rounding your low back so much that whenever you stand up, it'll neutralize itself into more of a natural curve position. Go back a little arch, into that position. So you're trying to take the needle all the way over here so you can balance it off. And by tucking, you feel it in the glute, right? Now there's other glute things we could do. We can do bridges and that, focusing on pelvic tilt, but we're not gonna have time to do it today. I'm just giving you guys a run through. But what you're gonna find is this. You go, oh, okay, whenever you actually strengthen that, you go, oh wow, I feel it, but your head's forward, you're all the way. That's because it's exposing the truth. It's exposing your kyphosis. Because when you try to fix that right now, you just extend your back. You go, that's why you have to learn to independently control each section. There's no other way around this, people. Check this move out. This is called a scap scoop. I'll give you a little piece of it. Actually, start with the left hand only. I want you to reach your hand all the way out to me. Ty, reach, and now rotate underneath. Pull the scapula under. And to give them some perspective, Ty, let's show them anteriorly tilt it, and then now let's go reach and rotate it. Bam. When you rotate that scapula under it, now it puts your middle back in a position to contract and squeeze and actually extend the upper back. So it unkyphoticizes your upper back by working your scapula first. We have an entire program dedicated just to the scapula. That's how complex this thing is. But it's simple. Once you get it for, as soon as you get it, you go, I can't believe I just learned that. What the hell? Why has no one taught me that? It's like one of those things. Now when you combine that scapula scoop into, let's do a double scap from a side view, Ty. And let's add the double flexion with it. So now when you get scapulatize it there and then you flex it underneath, you've actually flattened your back. That's why if you've got the flat back position and you're doing this, you actually could be making yourself worse. Great, that's a couple movements for that. Now the other position, the flat back position. Those position of disc issues, guys, we have a specific disc bulge herniation program. Depends on where you're watching this. We also have a program we have programs for everything, okay? Just start your trial and go in there and look. So, for the other group of you, the smaller group, maybe 20, 30% of you guys that have this flattened back position, you need the opposite. This is a great exercise, like a keyboard exercise. We're gonna focus on lifting your tailbone up this direction, contracting here, keep lifting. Now you're gonna start lifting your sternum. Watch, this is Ty's tough spot. Watch this, see if you can do it. Let's see if you can do it. Right here, Ty, come on, extend over this one. Come on, right here, extend it. There you go. Extend through here, extend through here, extend through here. Tailbone up, sternum up. It's called a double extension. Activation of this. Look at the curve now. Understand something. If you have no curve in your back and you give yourself a curve once, you can give yourself a curve all the time. That's how it is. And if you can't get much of a curve, you might need to do some mobility exercise to free up the range of motion that you need so that you can actually get yourself into more curve. So that exercise right there is gonna help. It opposes the flat back because it gives you, and that's your erectors. Your erectors what those do is when you contract these erectors, it actually creates length to your abs and length to your glutes. So you guys with disc herniations, we don't have you strengthen your abs and glutes until week 15, way out there, because that's not what's first for you. You need to get the extension back in your spine so that your discs can finally heal and they can regenerate and the scar tissue can be laid down. And when that happens, then you can return back to abs and glutes and deflection. So now that you did that extension right there, we'll get some hip extension going and really trying to give you guys some more, even some more curve in the low back. Remember, we're just giving you guys a couple movements today. Let's do opposite right and left. And on you can really fully exhale and just give yourself a banana, okay? Banana boat it. Now, this is a little more advanced. Some of you guys with disc issues, this is too much for you right now, all right? You got to ease into this stuff. Remember, in the programs, week 1 is like breathing. Week 2 is all this stuff here. So this isn't until later. Remember, this is progression. This is designed to be safe and progressive. Nothing should scare you to do. If this scares you, you're not ready for it yet. But what he's doing right here, he is getting some glutes involved, but mostly he's using his leg as leverage as well to get himself in a little bit more anterior tilt and to get some more extension and some more activation out of those erectors. So those are a couple activation, and there's mobility with these. So in summary, which type are you? You got the big old S-shaped. If you're the S-shape, what muscles should you be activating and strengthening and getting awareness of? You should know this. Do you know which muscles? You need to be focusing on exercises that move you into more of a natural alignment. Gluteus, gluteus. And that's why the abs are in front. Those are nice, those are good, those are actually smart to train those to move yourself alignment, but focus on the moving your spine into alignment and not the muscles. If you have a flatter back position, you need to focus on gaining the curve in your back. That will help normalize the compressive forces in your back to take the pressure off of the discs, move the pressure back to the joints. And when the pressure is back on the joints, the discs actually have some breathing room to finally freaking heal. They go, finally, you've let up on me. Good God. Everything's gonna heal. Everything will improve. All these little nuance issues you have about, ooh, what about my tear here? You create better alignment in your body. All of that shit will heal and you'll improve. I promise you that. It works every single time. We've had 200,000 members in our programs. We see things from a mass view. We see tens of thousands of people moving their bodies at one time. And I'll tell you this, you do this stuff for 90 days in a row and get in the programs for 90 days in a row, every single person creates lifetime change. And it's one of the best decisions they made. So those are the two spine types. That's kind of how to get you started with moving your body back to more of a neutral position. So is your posture hurting you? Could be. Your posture is a reflection of how you move. So move better and your posture will improve. And there's a couple exercises to move better. And then when you move back, do is stand up and make sure you're holding yourself in that